Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. Ever find it super difficult to integrate these holistic tools and modalities, and you really just don't know where to start? Well, I got you covered. It's been a long time coming, and it's finally gotten to this place where I can really be wherever and whenever you need me to be. And that's why I created the Holistic Human Performance Virtual Wellness Center. The cool part about this wellness center is you can take me wherever, whenever you need, filled with meditations, nutrition coaching, exercises, workouts, online courses, all of these things you get in this virtual wellness center. Because let's be real, sometimes it's challenging to be able to integrate these tools and know what to do with them. And not only that, if you are a one-on-one coaching client with me, you have automatic access to this entire virtual wellness center so that you have the tools to do it on your own. And guess what? You're getting a 5-day free trial. So you can find that at www.holistichumanperformance.co/academy. Go get your 5-day free trial. Try it out. Let us know what you think. Enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Gena Bradshaw Vitale. And today we have our astrologer Jake with us today. And we're going to get into the energetics of the season we are in right now, which is currently Capricorn. And we're headed into Aquarius soon. So we wanted to take a moment to reflect on that and just get into kind of like what the energy's been like, what to expect, how to kind of hone into this energy right now. And yeah, Jake, without further ado, welcome.
Yes, always excited to be here. Grateful for you, grateful for our audience as always. And I love chatting the astrological seasonalities. And Capricorn is a very powerful energy. And really what it's focusing on is, work ethic. Work ethic is really that key to Capricorn. It's, the determination and the effort we put forth in achieving our goals and achieving something that we desire, and the collective energy around that right now is going to be seeing a lot of people working hard and putting that energy forward. And one of my favorite analogies around Capricorn is looking at the mountain to climb, and the effort it takes to climb a mountain is hard, and you have to figure out along the path of climbing this mountain. It's, what's going to keep you going is, I'm going to reach the top of that mountain and I'm going to get there. But it really is about the journey and the determination and the work, the process that it takes to climb that mountain, so to speak. And I always think it's funny too with a lot of people that I know that are Capricorns, you can tell and see the resonating of their soul, of this work ethic, this determination, but they're never done because once they climb that mountain, they're going to see another mountain and they just want to keep going and keep climbing. And it is an incredible, incredible energy, whether you're a Capricorn or not, right? It's this collective energy out there about work ethic and determination and striving forward and completing this process of hard work to achieve something.
Yeah, two things that I noticed with Capricorn season itself and also like other people who are Capricorns. Capricorn season is less about like spirituality and it's more about like work ethic and working hard. And then those who I find and have met that are Capricorns, like you said, you like know the energy. You're like, you know that they are Capricorn. And they, I find that, and I know a lot of people do this, but I find that they don't stop to like celebrate their wins and they just like keep going, keep pushing, keep going, keep pushing. And it's interesting. It's a great time to hone into this energy to like really like get shit done, but also knowing that like not to be forceful during this time, like work hard, but also do it in a way that's like inspired, aligned action, not just like busy work.
Well said. Well said. And I love that too. And for anyone that's new to astrology or just joining us as well, right? We're talking about the sun sign of individuals. So those are when you're born in this seasonality, that is basically your sun sign, right? And why I love our astrology that we get to talk about, which, a little shout out to my mentor, Ricky Williams, Linnea Myron, who I know, Jenna, you've been fortunate to work with a little bit as well. And this beautiful evolutionary astrology is it really connects us to the above. You literally can look up in the sky and you can see these beautiful planets that have these energies, and that's resonating down here to the creation of your soul is really what this philosophy is about. So, above us right now is you have this beautiful star alignment of Capricorn, and that's where the sun is sitting right now. And as you said, in a couple days or a few days, it will shift into Aquarius. But just a helpful reminder of, if you're not a Capricorn, you still have Capricorn energy. But what we do reference is those that are born, they have this beautiful sun sign of Capricorn. So, sun sign, just like above us, it's what we revolve around. So, a Capricorn's going to revolve around hard work and determination. And the soul energy that's so powerful is it does resonate with you because when I see someone who you can just tell, like you pointed out, they're a Capricorn. They love that hard work. They love that. It's what their life revolves around, and they're always looking for that next task, that next challenge. It has to be a challenge to go through it. But beautifully said. And last point too to the Capricorn leveraging of energy, right? It's surrounding us now in these moments, but also look at your own chart, and those are things you can reach out to us about as well if you want some more clarity, because each house in a natal chart represents experiences that we'll have and that will manifest in our lifetime. And for me, Capricorn actually rules. And when we say rules, it's the sign kind of in the house for me, specifically of my birth chart. And it's in my 11th. So a lot of things in my life that are surrounding the Capricorn energy are going to manifest in my community because it's kind of a community house. For you, Jenna, you've got your Capricorn ruling your 7th. So partnerships, relationships, and knowing your background and knowing the people in your life, you work really hard in relationships, is something that resonates from our conversations. But want to make that collective connectivity too of it's in all of us. It's somewhere in all of us. Not just the sun sign Capricorn people, but it resonates differently in different life experiences.
Yes. And that's really, I'm glad you brought that up. And if you guys want to learn more about the different houses and what they represent specifically to you, definitely hit up Jake and he can take a look at your birth natal chart and he can do a whole reading for you. They're amazing. Or if you want to like just dip your toes in a little bit, Jake literally taught inside of the Metaphysics Your Health course and he breaks down each of the houses and what they represent. And that can be a way for you to kind of grasp, because again, astrology is like a whole education system in itself. Like there is a lot to it. So it'll make it a little bit easier to understand, like just what he was saying. Mine's in my house where it represents my relationship. So I work very hard at relationships. As opposed to Jake's, where it was more community driven. So that's really interesting. And it's just a good way to learn more about yourself, what makes you tick, and then you kind of just don't waste energy. You're not like leaking out your energy and wasting it on what you think you need to be working on or what you think you need to be doing. It's more of like kind of a cheat sheet. It's a cheat code.
Mm, well said. Well said. Yeah, cheat code. I love saying that it's the map. It's the
Yeah.
map. It's the Dora the Explorer that we grew up on the map, on the map, on the map is what resonates in my head constantly. Where, for years, I found spirituality when I was 21, and I was meditating and I was looking at different cultures and religions and try to find this universal alignment into spirituality. And it wasn't a year or maybe 2 years ago now that I found the mentor, and I was like, dude, you gave me a map. I didn't there's a map to my unconscious mind. There's a map to my energy because it's like you came here for a reason. We came here to evolve, and if I came here to evolve, and I've been trying to do it. Now I have a map. Oh, my intentions, my purpose, everything feels better. And those frequencies of feeling better at higher emotions will start to resonate out with just more clarity, just more perspective. Doesn't mean it's rainbows and butterflies. That's something that why I love, the holistic human performance that you do is you do go on that element of it's not just going to be easy. We have to put in the work and everything that you're preaching and doing with the right tactics too, you can leverage to do it. And look at that, we're chatting now about Capricorn energy too. It's like you got to put the work in to have these tools and strive forward there. And I think another point to the essence of energy in these seasonalities too is it's always funny how our modern social construct kind of can play a role too. So this Capricorn energy that we're talking about of climbing mountains, setting goals, determination for hard work, it's around New Year's resolutions. So it kind of, our Capricorn season starts towards the end of December, runs till the middle of January, and you kind of have this opportunity to leverage this natural energy, even if you're not spiritual or astrologically focused or anything there. We're all essentially doing it. So it's leaning into the energy of the collective already because we're told we should set out goals for the next 12 months. And that's another beautiful thing of Capricorn is it can't be an easy goal. This is a long-term focus that is going to take a while to achieve. These are big things, but again, the Capricorn energy loves that journey to that longevity that you're seeking.
You know what's so funny? I just put two and two together. As Capricorn season ends, that's when people give up on their New Year's resolutions.
Yes. Yes.
Isn't
Yes.
that
It's
wild?
crazy. Well, we both worked in the fitness industry too, in gym chains. So yes, that isn't that funny that January 1st comes and you get like 100 memberships signed up, but by January 15th and 20th, about 50 are gone.
Dwindling,
Well said.
dwindling.
Well said.
That is so crazy. I just put two and two together. That makes so much sense. The energy is so like, let's get this, like, yes. And then it dwindles off, but it's because most people don't do, like the shadow work, the back end of the work, the energetic work, that subconscious reprogramming that comes along with it. It's like, why can't you continue? Why is it every year you have this New Year's resolution? You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. And then you fade off. It's like the same thing.
Mhm.
So that's interesting as well. And this is where like energetics comes in. You have to take a look at like what's going on the invisible aspect of it, like emotional intelligence and subconscious reprogramming, your nervous system, kind of what are those um, and you might not even be aware of it, but this is something to take note of if you're someone who's listening right now and you have those big goals for your New Year's resolutions and like you give up halfway through January, this might be something to look into.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, I'd say that, and I would say to the point of, I think in this world as we come here, it's like also practice empathy. It's what if you are a Capricorn, it comes naturally. And I think that's why I love astrology is like these energies of the planets, the signs, and where they are represented in all of our houses. It makes us so unique. We're all so different, and it's one thing to see this beautiful map and this beautiful mock-up of wow, that's my soul, and there's these different designs and things that are going to come up for me. But then your environment. What are you putting yourself in the environment? That's another key thing we talk about in our philosophy is once you kind of understand the internal, what does trigger you? And make it set up to have an easier opportunity to lean into those energy forces. I envision an environment of a Capricorn is they got a whiteboard right next to their front door before they leave. And they've got, 5 to 10 things are written out and they're checking off those boxes. But like one's like a 3 month goal, another one's 12 months. But like your main goal of the next 2 to 3 years is circled. And it's these little things that you're going to chip away. And, as opposed to probably someone who's more of a Cancer, I could envision Jenna having a beautiful candle and this beautiful picture that says like peace and sanctuary as she leaves the house. It's all these different things. I'm a Libra. I literally need balance. I have things at my desk that it has to look symmetry, but man, when you can understand that about ourselves and then dictate your free will and your environment, the harmony and the essence that you can vibrate at, that's the power, I think, of astrology, spirituality, and evolving in this life. It just comes with more ease and joy for sure.
Yes, and you're accurate.
Oh,
But I do, I really, and I use like as like a teenager, I used to not understand why I didn't have like my battery is low, right? Like that's my human design as a projector. I'm also a Cancer, so like I have to be very cautious of like who I'm around, my environment, just like protecting my energy in that nature and like I can only put so much into one thing. So I always used to and I always used to like see others who were just like able to like go 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 go. They just like climb that mountain, probably Capricorns. And I'm like, why can't I do that? Like what the hell? What is wrong with me? But like you said, it's understanding our own blueprint, our own energy system, and having empathy and grace with ourselves, and just like you got to honor it. You have to honor it because if you try to force yourself to be put into that box of, you know, this Capricorn energy, which kind of matches, and not in a bad way, but it does match like society and just like hustle, work hard, keep going kind of energy in a way. You might burn out and you might get sick. So I know like I can't do that. So that's
Love that.
definitely a valid point too. Not to feel bad when you see a Capricorn who is in hustle mode and they can just go on forever and ever and ever.
For something that came to my image was like, because to your point, it's brilliant, and I think, look at the geographical of the United States. I grew up in the Northeast. You grew up in the Northeast. We both went to Ithaca College, upstate New York, and it's funny as like the two visions that come to me is like, New York City. Woo! Do you want to label a Capricorn energy? Go to the
It's
financial
that.
district. Oh my goodness, making money from there. Like that's one thing that resonates of these different geographics because the collective energy will vibrate out to us, right? And then Ithaca College, upstate New York, or if there's any Buffalo Bill fans that are up in Buffalo, like upstate New York is cold and you go through some stuff every day where, you're living life and you have things you really need to think about to get through being effective, right? And I think that's the other Capricorn side. But then also to your point of this, Sun Cancer in Capricorn season, it's like, you have this beautiful ability to nurture, though, right? So it's like you, acknowledging everything you just said there is such a beautiful harmonized Cancer energy of the sun in Capricorn because I just envision you going outside and planting this beautiful flower. You just planted a seed in the ground, but I know for a fact that Jenna is watering that mother bleeper like consistently. I know it's watering, and she's okay that it's growing little by little because she loves the watering. So yes, the hustle and bustle is a good way to put it, but still the work to water that is beautiful, and of course it's a beautiful thing, but you're nurturing something to life, right? So again, respecting your sun energy, especially if you're new to astrology. We can talk all about these different planets and so much to astrology, but if you're just getting into it, really focus on the seasonalities by focusing on things we're chatting about each season, but also like what your sun sign is just a great place to start because again, it's what your life is going to revolve around.
100%. I love that. And again, so funny you mentioned that because I've been manifesting this big project for like 2 years and I'll announce it now. It'll be out in like the next like 3 to 4 weeks. I have officially created an app, HHP app, and it's been taking a long time to water and nurture. And there were sometimes I'm like, shit, am I gonna like make this happen? Like but I just consistently kept nurturing it, kept watering it, and it'll be launching when this comes out. It'll probably be out in the next like 3 or 4 weeks, so it'll be really cool. And just to see kind of like how far this has gone and like where HHP has led. So that's pretty cool.
Mm.
And Jake will be on too, teaching different master classes. So stay tuned for that. We have a lot coming up. So I'm really excited
Grateful.
for that.
Grateful, and congratulations. I see, we've had our conversations off these podcasts, but you're building something incredible with a kind heart, and I think as I've gone around and I've been in different circles, everywhere is different, but not everyone leads with the heart. And it's like, ooh, that's a Cancer sun that is doing some cool ass shit that's gonna change the world. So and when you're like that and you're resonating to the spiritual side, it's funny that if this times out, it's probably going to release an Aquarius season. So now you're going from this Capricorn, and if it releases in the Aquarius that we'll get more into next time, it's innovation, it's technology, it is individuality. Like,
Mm.
this is going to be perfect timing. And an app, it's just like, ooh, that gives me some goosebumps. So that's
Wait. Yes. I didn't even plan that.
and that's what I mean. The universe, as you harmonize yourself, like things start to happen for you, right? Nothing happens to us, they happen for us. And I think that's that clarity of like, of course, this is gonna time out just in the perfect timing, but letting go is difficult too, and that's
Yes.
going into that Capricorn as they just keep going, but allow it to happen, allow it to blossom. And I always love pointing out, the astrology that I really focus on that I've been taught is planet focus. So, we talk about signs because it goes with seasonality. And if you take metaphysics or as we do more classes, we're always looking at the planetary energy because they really dictate a lot more, in my opinion, around it. Capricorn's great or any of these signs are great, but they have rulership. And that's something we go on in these classes and chat about. And the rulership of Capricorn is the planet Saturn. So Saturn has the similar energy too that we've been discussing. But something to point out with Saturn too is it is our safety urges. That's another big component. And Saturn has more of that than the Capricorn energy. But since there's the rulership, it does align. So there are some of these safety urges that come up. So those that might stop the gym going at the end of Capricorn season, it's maybe the safety urges. I don't have enough time, or what if I get hurt? So that's realistic energy that comes through. And if you ever need help figuring out or remembering that energy, I love the Saturn view because it has the rings around it. And I always envision like to get to the actual planet, you have to go through these rocky rings, right? And that work it takes to go through them is super, super powerful. Or some people, when I ask their favorite planet, it's one of my favorite questions to ask, but they always say they love Saturn, which is funny to me because it is a hard-working planet with these safety urges. But someone once said it looks like it's hula hooping 24/7. So I was like, all right, that's another great resonation of like how I can connect these and learn a little bit easier. But Saturn being the ruler of this season from a planetary standpoint is something we always want to point out.
Love that. And then what could be like a question for the season for the
Yeah,
people?
love that. Love that. The question for the season is really, your resolutions are probably the biggest thing to hone in on. But I would just say for that question, it's like re-explore them. Re-explore them. And now that you have whether this new knowledge or really sit with yourself, but what is your vision in the next 3 to 5 years? That's what I think would be there. Sit down, meditate on it, sit on it, and really think through is what does this look like? And that's where spirituality can come in because once you can see it and connect your emotions to it, your day to days will start to flow from your unconscious mind and you'll start to head towards that vision. So, again, it has to be a long term vision down the road, but think 3 to 5 years from now and look at those resolutions you've done or haven't done if you didn't do them, but really think about what is that long-term goal that you really want to work for.
Love that. What a great way to end this. Good stuff. Thanks so
Yes.
much for coming on as always. And if you guys like this episode, like, share, subscribe, please leave us a review. It really helps the podcast. And if you have any questions, all of Jake's information will be in the show notes as well, where you can find him, where he does his readings. You can find Metaphysics, Your Health course. I'll put that in the show notes as well. And we will see you next time in Aquarius season. Bye.